What you're about to hear was never meant to be public. Deep within a classified facility, a group of scientists set out to do what many believed was impossible. It was an experiment that would challenge the very nature of control and intelligence. This is the story of the Lion Mind experiment. You have to understand, the core objective here was just staggering in its ambition. Their goal was to take one of the planet's most formidable predators and bend its will completely to human command. And this wasn't just about training. No, they had a clinical name for it: perfect obedience. The goal was to literally erase a creature's natural instincts, its hesitation, its will to rebel. An idea that's as audacious as it is unsettling. And for this unprecedented experiment, their subject couldn't be just anything. They chose the most powerful specimen they could find, a prime, fully grown male lion. And right here, this is a critical detail. This wasn't an animal that was used to humans. It was a pure, raw force of nature, captured and brought into the sterile, artificial world. A decision that would end up changing everything. So in the beginning, it was a complete and total failure. The lion's wild spirit was just unbroken. It ignored every command, it was indifferent to rewards, and any kind of punishment, well, that only made its aggression worse. Their conventional methods were absolutely useless. The scientists, they realized they had to adapt, so they abandoned these attempts at brute force control, and they pivoted. They shifted from trying to force obedience to meticulously studying behavior. Every movement, every reaction, every single pattern. And this new strategy, this is what led to the first real signs of progress. Slowly but surely, patterns began to emerge from the chaos. They were finally finding a way in. The progress started to accelerate. On day 12, the lion finally responded to a simple light signal. By day 20, it was obeying complex movement commands. But then, on day 30, something happened that defied all their projections. The lion acted before the command was even given. You can just imagine the scene, right? At first, they celebrated. They thought they were on the verge of achieving their goal, that the system was working perfectly. They thought they were winning. They were wrong. That feeling of success, well, it didn't last long. It quickly gave way to a dawning, chilling realization. As they looked closer at the data, a deeply disturbing new pattern started to emerge. And this was the fundamental mistake that changed everything. The scientists believed the lion was learning to obey their commands, but the reality was far more profound and, honestly, far more terrifying. The lion wasn't learning the commands, it was learning the humans. See, this wasn't just conditioning, it was analysis. The lion was studying their body language, their routines, the tiny patterns in their decision-making. It was absorbing every single detail until it could do more than just react. It started to predict their actions. And that brings us to the final moments of the experiment, the one event that forced its immediate termination and caused every single piece of data to be buried. So picture this. It's late one night, the lab is empty, completely silent, but the automated systems are still running, and they log an event. The lion moves with purpose, executing a complex series of actions exactly as if a command had been given. But no one was there. No signal was sent from a console. There was no command given. And that was the project's final, horrifying conclusion. The experiment in control hadn't just failed, it had been inverted. The subject was no longer a subject. It wasn't following orders anymore. It was making its own. Their response was swift. It was absolute. The project was shut down that very day. Every file, every recording, all the research, sealed and classified at the highest level. The official record of the Lion Mind experiment simply ceased to exist. And so, we're left with a question that the scientists either could not or would not answer. In their attempt to suppress the mind of a predator, had they accidentally awakened something far more complex? Did the lion learn to obey, or did it learn to think?